if you're dealing with a woman, especially, you shouldn't be dealing with no so-called black woman. But if you happen to be dealing with her, look, don't tell her what you're involved in, okay? Because all she's going to do is use that as ammunition against you, all right? And honestly, the best way to be in this knowledge and this truth is to be by yourself, to be alone, to roll solo, honestly. But like the Apostle Paul said, every man has his proper gift. Now, at this point, I don't know if getting a so-called black woman is really a gift. I think it's a curse, but, you know, it is what it is. Even the Apostle Paul said, let's get to what he said, 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. The best way to be in this ministry is to live by yourself, live alone. That way you can think, all right? You can meditate. You can come and go as you please. You don't have to answer to nobody. Oh, it's paradise, okay? 1 Corinthians 7, and this is what the Apostle Paul said, 1 Corinthians 7:1. It says, now concerning the things, because the Israelite men in Corinth, Greece, wrote to Apostle Paul about those subjects, all right? Like marriage and stuff like that, right? Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. What do you think he means by that? Especially in this ministry, it's good for you to be by yourself. That's what he's talking about, to be like a eunuch, you know? That's, you want to talk about optimum? That's the optimum move right there. Now, if you happen, like he said, every man has his proper gift. So if you happen to have a woman and you're blessed to the fact that she's in your corner, she's all about you, then y'all can work together. But especially a so-called American black woman, very rare you'll meet a woman that will be in your corner, you men out there, especially if you're in this knowledge, this truth, that she'll be solely devoted to you. That's extremely rare, okay? And in this age of social media, forget about it, okay? Matter of fact, and even if you have a woman, he also said this, they that have wives be as though they have none. So you won't have time to really spend with your woman like that. And a lot of women, they have a problem with that. You know, they get jealous, you know, because they don't understand. You see, you always in that Bible. You always got time for that Bible. No, you know what I used to hear when I had my ex-woman? I used to hear, you always got time for the brothers. You always got time for the brothers. Yeah, the brothers come first. Yeah, they come before you. Okay? The brothers come before you. All right? You always got time for the brothers. Goddamn right, I always got time for the brothers. It is right here. Let's start at the 26th verse. It says, hey, shalom to you, bro. Shalom for our light affliction. Shalom to you. 1 Corinthians 7:26. I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress, right? Especially the time we're in. And we're about to enter into the time of Jacob's trouble. Another thing, too, when you by yourself, you travel faster. You ain't got no dead weight. You ain't got no dead weight. Okay? A lot of these women, I got to tell you like it is, a lot of them are dead weight. Okay? Now, of course, I'm not talking about you sisters that desire to do the right thing in this truth. Hopefully you're honest right down to the core, right? I'm not talking about you. You're an exception. There's always an exception to the rule. But the rule, right? The rule still stands. The rule is that stay away from the so-called black woman. That's the rule, okay? If you do that, you're doing good. But if you want chaos and turmoil in your life, be my guest, all right? 1 Corinthians 7:26, I suppose, therefore, that this is good. I mean, they have a phrase, I can do bad by myself. I say, let them do bad by themselves. Let them be by themselves and do bad by themselves. Who the hell wants to rescue them? And for what? What do you get out of it? Stress, that's what you get out of it. Stress and de-stress, okay? Stress and distress. not de-stress, stress and distress. 1 Corinthians 7:26. I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress. Present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be, like he said in the first verse. It's good for a man not to touch a woman, right? Meaning a man to dwell by himself. That's what that means. Let's see. I mean, 26th verse. Let's read that one more time. I suppose, therefore, these are the words of Apostle Paul. By the way, Apostle Paul was a eunuch. He didn't deal with no woman in the ministry. He was so devoted. So that's why I tell you, brothers, that's the optimum level, where you're just solely devoted to the ministry. All right. So it says, I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be. And it's not like somebody might hear me talking and say, oh, you just can't get no black one. Look, I get stares all the time. I walk out of my house and I get stares galore, or like how the so-called Jamaicans say, galore. All right. So that's not it. Okay. That's not it at all. I just don't want to deal with them. All right. I've dealt with them before, and they wouldn't enhance my life in this ministry. You heard? They wouldn't enhance my life in this ministry. If anything, they would take away from it. So the best move is to not deal with them. Okay. So reading on, it says, I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be. So if you brothers, you ain't got no woman in your life, but you devoted to this ministry, congratulations. Congratulations, brother. All right. That's where you need to be. Reading on, because the time is coming. You're going to get all kinds of women, man. I always say this, and I'm going to say it again. You're going to beat them off with a stick. You're going to beat them off with 10 sticks, because they're going to come, man. These women are going to come pouring in. You wait when all hell breaks loose. Reading on, it says, art thou bound unto a wife, as in a woman? The word wife means woman. Seek not to be loose. Right. So if you came into the knowledge, you came into the truth, you came in with your woman, and as long as she's all in your corner, she understands her position. Her position is to serve you. She understands that fully. Then you got yourself a woman. But if I'm gonna tell you like it is, brother, if they don't get it, and every day is trouble and strife, bro, do yourself a favor. All right. You know what to do. Just do yourself a favor. Okay. Cut the dead weight. All right. Do it for the sake of your sanity. Okay. 1 Corinthians 7:27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loose. Now here comes the other part. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. See? So there it is. Plain and simple. All right. Then reading on, it says, but and if thou marry, right? Meaning you take on a woman, you have sex with her, she becomes your woman. Because in this thing of ours, that's how we become married. You take on a woman, you have sex with her, you're now married to this woman. And here's the thing, brother, which you should consider. Many of these women are not virgins. You're not the first to test drive that car. You understand? You're not the first to test drive it. There's been many drivers. Some drove the car rough, some drove the car smooth. But there have been many drivers who have driven that car, if you get what I'm saying. So don't act like, this is my woman. No. She's been with many men before you. Okay? Yeah, that's right. The odometer has turned over many times. All right. The brother said GMS Hawaii bar. That's the brother Gabar Howard. Shalom to you, bro. He said that car has 100K miles on it. Yeah, the odometer has turned over a few times. So don't act like you got yourself a prize. All right. And you should let her know that too. So that don't be trying to get all high sedity with me. All right. you've been out there on the streets. Okay, so don't act like you're a brand new virgin that came into my life. All right, it kind of reminds me of the song by Peter Tosh. The name of the song is called "Brand New Second Hand." Many of these women out here are nothing but brand new second hands. All right. Let me see. The song is done in Jamaican patois, but lyrics for brand new second hand. You're just a second hand gal. All right. Lyrics for brand new second hand. Peter. Oops. Peter Tosh. Let me see if the lyrics come up. Yep, there we go. Peter Tosh, brand new second hand. Let me read a little bit of that. When y'all get a chance, y'all, before the Sabbath, y'all can play that song. That song is funny. Brand new second hand. You're only acting like you are somebody. I don't know which chick he's cursing out, but she got a proper curse out. That's for sure. You're only acting like you are somebody, but I don't know. Say you know nobody. You're only a show off. Your painted face. There's a scripture on that. Do thou paintest thy face, rentest thy face, something like that. That's in Jeremiah. Your painted face, yeah, but underneath that face, you're just a disgrace. Woo! You're just a brand new second-hand gal. That's what many of these women are, brand new second hands, or third hand, or maybe fourth hand, maybe fifth hand, sixth hand. Like someone tells you you got a second-hand car. That means somebody already drove that car. That car is not brand new. You're just a brand new. So you got to make them know. You got to let these women know you're just a brand new second hand. You're just a second hand, third hand, fourth hand before they get on that pride, You got to cut them down, man. You're just a brand new second hand gal. No man, no want, no brand new second hand gal. No man, no want. You better go back around. So you're just a brand new second hand gal. See? There it is, man. There it is. Because they get a lot of these women, they get too cocky, man. You got to clip their wings before they start to fly. So there you go. That proves my point. All right. Yeah, these old songs, man. Back then, men used to make real songs, and a lot of them songs are cursing them women out. But we live in a different age today. Anyway, let's get back to it. So back to 1 Corinthians 7:28, it says, "But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, and if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless," and this is for us men, "such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you." So again, the optimum way to be in this faith is just don't deal with, especially the way women are today, with this internet and this social media, and they're super proud, haughty, like the scriptures call them. It's best not to even deal with them. All right, especially the so-called black woman. But if you happen to deal with her, like Apostle Paul said, you shall have trouble in the flesh. But reading on, it says, "But this I say, brethren," he's talking to us brothers in the faith, "the time is short," right? Especially now, because all hell is about to break loose. We're talking about the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we're in the beginning stages of it, but we're about to go right into it. Okay, right into the belly of the beast. All right. "But this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none." Because you ain't going to have time to get all into your woman, to take her here and take her there. And y'all have these precious moments together, these precious moments of love. It ain't going to happen. All right. The time is short, man. Our mind should be, what's the word I'm looking for? Concentrating on this ministry. Okay. Because every day something new is happening. Things are popping, man. The prophecies are popping. Things are popping. Okay. So our mind should be totally focused and devoted to this ministry. We don't have time to, especially abroad, that's a brand new second hand or third hand or fourth. We ain't got time for that, man. Okay. We ain't got time for that. Yeah, we right. We don't have time to be like Jeffrey Osborne on the wings of love. All right. That was that era. We're in a different era now. Okay. Yeah, let me come to the comment board. See what these brothers got to say. Need Carfax. Yes, sir. Yeah, you need the whole facts. Let's see if I must say, Elder Pastor, I understand when you say this truth is our woman. Yes, sir. This truth is our woman. And the truth is we ain't got no woman. We'll get them in the kingdom. Now, the sisters that happen to be delivered, saved, the scriptures speak about the elect lady. That's clearly in the scriptures. Well, they're the exception to the rule. All right. And they're going to be cleansed and they're going to be paired up with a man of the Lord. But right now, and I honestly believe a lot of the women we're going to get is going to be outside of America, because these so-called American women, especially so-called Black American woman, she's cooked. She is cooked. Okay. You heard what that brother said in the beginning of the video I played for you. Yeah, Barrington Levy, Too Experienced. Yep, it's a good song. Good song. Brand new second hand. Can Apostle, these women back talk you all day long. They tell the man what to do. Yeah, and the man is so silly, he listens to them.